That Kalidas poetry, what is that? Meghdut. He wrote a poetry or a big book, on Meg only. Meg only. So all these things, all these natural things or celestial bodies are as tuned with your own lifestyle. It has been tuned, or you have been tuned, your lifestyle has been tuned as per the natural body. But with the advent of these modern things, see now what you think when you tell somebody, hey, मेरे को एक पेन देना, suppose he does not give the pen to you immediately, you feel angry, है कि नहीं? क्यों feel angry? मेरा बात नहीं सुना, ये बात है ना? But you see, the point is here. Now things have become so mechanical. When you press your button of the mobile, immediately phone connects to somebody. When you switch off things like that, fail works, So our life has become totally mechanical. Everybody, everything surrounding you is in your order. Everything surrounding you is in order. Lift में गया, लगा के ऊपर उठ गए. पानी का टैप खोल दिया, पानी आ गया. That means you are now tuned to this mechanical way of living. But nature is not like that. Nature has made you, like this. Very slow, calm down. Evening it becomes calm down. Morning you just get energetic. All these things, nature has made, and your body, mind has been set in that tune. Your birth has taken place like that. But your lifestyle, you have changed it to in a different mood. So when you tell your friend, अरे मेरे को तुम्हारा कॉपी देना था, अब नहीं दिया, why you will get angry? Because of that. Your life is now tuned to these machines. You press a button, the phone call goes to someone. You are not even feeling to call him. आप ऐसे मैकेनिकल आप बुलाते नहीं किसको. Even if he is sitting in the other room, you make a phone call. You have no time. You need everything just in your table. You don't feel. See, after you get a job, you won't feel cooking your own food. Rather, you prefer to go to hotel and sit there. Within 5 minutes, you will get your food. You see how the life is taking, a change, great change. Your mind is also becoming more activated now. Energy activated means restless because of these reasons. But the nature or the creation, is not as per these things. So whenever you talk to someone, whenever you try to explain some of your points to someone, keep patience. If you behave like a machine, he will not respond like a machine, because the body is not like that. Could you follow this point? So what he says, Professor Jaspal was telling that, you see, everywhere there is some spirituality involved. You don't see the natural objects in a mechanical way. Everywhere spirituality is involved. So we are just telling this RF, that is radiative forcing. We have forced so many things on the nature now. So much of vehicle we have. So now you just switch on the vehicle, you went to another. यही हो रहा है, इतना fast हो गया life. So you didn't feel that I am also living same time so much of carbon dioxide into atmosphere. The nature will not take so much of carbon dioxide. Could you follow this point now? So when it does not take so much of carbon dioxide into itself, into the dynamics, then definitely it will revolt, revolt, making the things hotter. So you are thinking, nature should obey you. Nature will never obey you. But nature has its own tolerance. Nature has its tolerance. See now, as I told you, if you switch mobile phone somebody, if he is not responding, how angry you are getting, Suppose nature starts with behaving like that. You are leaving so much of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. If every moment he reacts to you, आप क्यों गाड़ी स्टार्ट किया, इतना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मेरे को क्यों छोड़ा? But it is a lot of patience, because it is made up of some spirituality. To keep patience, to wait and observe. That is why you are living. Otherwise, by now it will be over. Would you follow this point now? So that part, see, I was showing that graph. All of you come, whoever is interested in come, I think. Later we can leave. So where is that woman? You copied it. RF, na? Follow RF, RF just starts with R. ये तो रेडिएटिव फोर्स नहीं मैं अभी जो फाइल किया ये है क्या खोल दिया these things we have explained yesterday. How what are the greenhouse gases? Why greenhouse gases they make the things warmer? Because most of the greenhouse gases, water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, they have a property to absorb most of the infrared. The infrareds are coming from below, from the terrestrial surface. So it is coming from below, so they are absorbing it. That is why it is becoming hotter. The atmosphere is becoming hotter. So out of this you can see water vapor contributes most, nearly 50%. Water vapor contributes nearly 50%. Carbon dioxide nearly 20 to 30%. For this RF, radiative forcing, for this heating now. Others are oxygen or ozone, oxygen, methane, all together maybe another 10%, 20%. The most culprit is these two, water vapor and carbon dioxide. But we do not take water vapor as a radiative forcing factor. We take it as a feedback. Feedback means it is creating problem for us because of carbon dioxide. To follow the feedback means that. So today we will discuss some more feedback, so things will be clear to you. If suppose go back to 1750, before pre-industrial period. So that time there was no carbon dioxide. But water vapor was existing. So that time water vapor was existing and it was not creating problem for us. Water vapor is required in the atmosphere to keep the atmosphere hot or warm for us to survive. So water vapor is necessary. It is a positive thing. Similarly, carbon dioxide to certain extent is also required. Understood na? Now, what we are doing, we are increasing the carbon dioxide. We are not increasing water vapor directly. We are releasing carbon dioxide from the fossil fuel or from the cement industry. This is the anthropogenic forcing. This is the man-made forcing. This is called anthropogenic forcing. I will write down this word. This is there also written. Anthropogenic forcing. Carbon dioxide, not water. When you release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, it is warming, and because of the warming, water vapor is coming more and more. So carbon dioxide is the anthropogenic forcing. So this is warming the climate, warming the atmosphere. So it is creating water vapor. That is why water vapor has become very important element in heating the climate. If carbon dioxide is not increased, then water vapor will be in its level. That is why this water vapor is taken as a feedback. Feedback meaning you understood na? Feedback is the result of some other forcing factor. Feedback. Now another feedback I will just tell you. You understand this part now? Now the other part is, suppose albedo forcing. This is also very important feedback. Let us discuss about this albedo forcing. What is albedo forcing? How the albedo helps in keeping the atmosphere hot or cool? If albedo is more, so it will keep the cool. There will be more reflection, so it will keep the atmosphere cool or the earth surface cool. Understood na? The point is, that is why the polar regions has more albedo, so it's cool. It reflects sunshine or solar radiation. Now whereas the equatorial regions, it is absorbed, so it is hotter. Equatorial regions is hotter. Understood this part now? That is the role of albedo. Albedo means how much is 30% is reflected. Out of 30%, maybe 90% is from polar region, and 20 to 20% is from equatorial region. You have to follow this point. But what he is telling now, suppose the carbon dioxide has gone up. Carbon dioxide has gone up in the atmosphere. So atmosphere is hot now. When atmosphere is hot, now what will happen to the polar caps? Polar caps means ice caps. What will happen to ice caps? They will melt. So in the polar region, there will be less amount of snow, more will be water. So albedo will fall. No? So when albedo will fall, the polar region will be hotter. So when polar region will be hotter, more melting will take place. And gradually what will happen? All the ice caps will be removed. So ice caps are being removed, initiated by carbon dioxide. But now what is happening? Since you created some water in the polar region, it will create further melting of the ice. Understood? Na? That is why change in albedo change na, in the polar region. So that is a feedback. See, change in albedo in the polar region. Albedo in polar region is a feedback. Otherwise, albedo would have been constant there because carbon dioxide will increase, so it is heated up. Now albedo has initially some melting took place, so water was more now in the polar region, so albedo changed, so more amount of melting. So sea level started rising. Sea level started rising. You understand this part now? So this change in albedo pattern is a feedback. Albedo is a forcing, but change in albedo is a feedback. Okay. Now, one more point, of feedback, I'll tell you. Hey. One more feedback, I'll just tell you. Cloud has a feedback. Cloud has a feedback, So what it says, if there is cloud in the sky, so what will happen? It will keep cool. It works as an umbrella. So albedo will go from here. It will not permit sun rays to go into the earth. So it keeps cool. Cloud has a negative effect. Negative RF. It keeps cool. No? But what it says, by increasing carbon dioxide, what you are doing? More evaporation. By increasing the carbon dioxide, it is taking more evaporation. So more amount of cloud is happening here. So when cloud is happening here, the heat, is being trapped. Though cloud has a negative RF, but now it is working as a positive RF. It increases the temperature. Understood? Na? So the increasing temperature is a feedback. By increasing the amount of cloud or amount of water vapor, actually you have created a bigger umbrella. So the earth should be remaining cool. But instead of earth getting cool, it is getting heated up. Because the heat is trapped. So this is a feedback. So if there is any question comes, what are the feedbacks? You start writing these 3 points. Feedback is, first feedback I told you, what is that? Water vapor is a feedback. Water vapor feedback. Second one is albedo change. Albedo change is a feedback. Then sea level rise. All these things you write. 3 is your cloud. Cloud is a feedback.
All are consequences of CO2 only.
CO2, aerosol. These are contributing. So they are direct RF. The direct RF. That's what I am telling you. They have direct RF. Now you see another figure. Yesterday I have given some, I think, same figure. But these things, these red marks, they are positive RF. So carbon dioxide is the main culprit, you know. Here water vapor is not included. Carbon dioxide, N2O, CH4, these are the main culprits, giving heating to the atmosphere. But this side, the aerosols have a negative feedback, cooling the atmosphere. So these are the main culprit for changing the temperature of the atmosphere or the earth system. Water vapor comes out of it. Snow melting comes out of it. Cloud comes out of it. Understood, na? So they are feedbacks. That is why, though water vapor contributes the larger portion of the greenhouse, but we do not consider this as a factor for increasing the temperature. That is only a result, side effect of this carbon dioxide increase. You have to follow this point, na? Just like you take a medicine to cure some disease, the other diseases are being created. Like that, you are creating carbon dioxide, but water vapor is increasing, then greenhouse gas is increasing. Now point is, ये तो cause हुआ है, but जो global warming हो रहा है अभी, whatever global warming is taking place, so the contribution by different regimes, different factors, you know. This global warming, the temperature is rising. Now you have so many things, you know, carbon dioxide, all greenhouse gases. In feedbacks you have water, you have polar ice cap, then you have this cloud. So this is also contributing. They are also contributing. But what is the factor? How much this is contributing? By way of creating more carbon dioxide, you are increasing this. How much this is its contribution? You don't understand this part what I am telling you ना. थोड़ा सा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड आप इंक्रीज किया, टेम्परेचर तो बढ़ा है, बट ये जो वाटर क्रिएट कर दिया, वेपर क्रिएट कर दिया, उसका भी कंट्रीब्यूशन अभी आ गया. सिमिलरली जो पोलर में आइस मेल्ट हो गया, वहां वाटर क्रिएट हो गया, सो दैट ट्रैप्ड मोर हीट, दैट आल्सो क्रिएटेड टेम्परेचर राइज. पर उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना है? सो दिस ग्लोबल वार्मिंग के लिए द कंट्रीब्यूशन बाय ऑल दिस फैक्टर्स, यू नो, is uncertain. उसको मेजरमेंट करना, क्वांटिफाई करना is very difficult. Very difficult. You cannot quantify. But point is, everybody is understood, you know. The beginning point is this: greenhouse gas. ये सब करता है. Though its contribution may be 1%, पर वो 1% के वजह से जो कितना लोग हैरान हो रहा है. In the class suppose you are 23, one or two boys will be बदमाश. वो सब पूरे क्लास में देखो कि दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में JNU में क्या हो रहा है. Entire JNU is now bad name. It is a political hub. It is a terrorist hosting university. Only for few people. You don't understand ना? So they are like carbon dioxide, you know. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड थोड़ा कर लिया और आग लग गया पूरा. ये देखो, ये पूरा आग लग गया. पर balance भी get गया. So that is why it is not certain, you know, how much is the contribution by carbon dioxide, how much is because of the feedbacks. But attempt is being made, you know, to stop this greenhouse gas emissions. Attempt is being made to carbon dioxide emission stop. But how you will stop it? You have to use a vehicle, you have to use the industry. That is why, you know, government did fix this IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate, what is that? Climate, see, IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. So this is monitoring, you know, these changes in the climate. So they are unable to force on the government, you know, on different countries, generally dominated by the US people. They are unable to force upon different countries, you know, to stop this carbon dioxide emission. Because this is the civilization